Are you wondering how to work with your body type, not against it? Oh, I am excited you clicked on this video and I'm excited to talk about it. Let's go. Are you confused about how to work with your body type instead of against it? Well, then this video is absolutely for you. I'll explain why working with your body type makes you appear more slender and more fit than you would otherwise. Then I'll reveal the 4 different body types and mistakes to avoid with each body type and how to flatter each body type. All right, working with your body type instead of against it is an extremely effective way to look your best in any situation. Whether it's pajamas, a business meeting, or a date, dressing for your body type always brings out your best features. Before I dive into working with your body type instead of against it, I want to make one thing very clear to you. There is 0 point in comparing your body type to someone else's or wishing your body type was different from what it is. Give yourself the gift of accepting your shape and learn how to dress in a way that enhances your best features. You'll be a lot happier and have a lot more fun shopping for clothes. It'll also make clothes shopping way easier and less stressful. Now, okay, let's dive into the different body types, mistakes to avoid with each body type, and how to make each body type look incredible. All right, first up we have the pear shape. Okay, so what the pear shape looks like is you can see that it's smaller on the top and larger on the bottom. So this is the person who is small until they get right a little bit below their waist, and then their hips and their rear end and their thighs are big. So very bottom heavy. Now this person, like I said, has a smaller upper body, bigger hips, bigger butt, bigger legs, and a pear shape is gonna gain the weight in the lower part of their body. And a pear shape carries the weight in the lower part of their body. So when you're thinking about a pear shape and how to dress a pear shape, what you wanna do is you wanna accentuate the smallest part of the body. So the smallest part of the body on a pear shape is gonna be the waist and above the waist. Above the waist, directly under your boobs, ladies, that's called the en-pierre waist. That is truly the smallest part of your body. So maybe a peplum top that's going to nip in at the waist and then have a loose kind of a skirt like bottom to it that's going to help cover up the tummy area and flare out over the widening hips. That's going to be great. So your eye is going to directly go to the smallest part of your body. That's why, like when you're posing for a picture, you don't want to put your hand down here on your thigh. A lot of people want to do that. They want to put their hand down here, and that it's not, I know that you can't see that. That's okay. Just put it in your mind. You want to move your hand up and place it on the smallest part of your body because that's where the eye goes. Where the hand is, the eye goes. Same thing with your dressing. So with somebody who's very bottom heavy, we want to wear something a little more snug on the top, a little more tight on the top, maybe show off the arms and the shoulders if they have nice arms and shoulders, and then wear something a little looser on the bottom to help kind of flow around the widening hips and butt. All right, next up we have the apple. Now an apple shape is someone who is completely round, basically, in their whole upper body. Okay, they have a narrow, slender lower body and hips and bottom. They do not have a defined waist. All their weight is covered between their boobs, or maybe a little bit above, and their hip bones. They don't have a defined waist. They usually have a flat butt. This is what it looks like. If I put two little legs on this is what an apple, this is basically what people, and you've seen people, you might even have a shape like this. The apple shape definitely gains weight in their upper body first, especially the tummy area. And they usually have little tiny stick legs and a little tiny butt, little tiny hips, but all their weight. This is definitely the most dangerous metabolically to gain all that weight in that chest area. It's also the hardest to lose, but it can be done. I've seen many people do it. It just takes a while, and you got to have a lot of patience. You got to be willing to do the grind, but you can do it. So if you're an apple shape and you're carrying all your weight in your neck, your arms all up here, up here, boobs, tummy, and then it kind of stops right around your hip bones or so, that would be an apple. That would be you. All right, as far as dressing for an apple shape, you definitely want to do opposite of the pear, right? You're gonna want a nice loose top. And then kind of like right now as I'm recording this, what's in style, which I don't like it, but what's in style right now is kind of the prairie looking flowing tops. And so you want to accentuate the legs, the hips, the butt. I'm laughing because one of our YouTube producers, Matthew's probably sitting here. You're probably going crazy, aren't you, listening to the subject? Like, he's a guy, and I know he doesn't even care, but I'm just laughing, thinking he's probably thinking, oh, can I just go eat lunch already, Cristy? Hurry up with the stupid video. Okay.
I'm trying to learn what I should be wearing.
He's like, what should I be wearing? So you're gonna want to keep the top nice and flowing, and then the bottoms, leggings, something tight, leggings, skinny jeans, things like that. So the eye, where is it gonna go? It's gonna go to the smallest part of your body. So if you're an apple and you're wearing something snug on the bottom half of your body, then your eye is gonna go there. And so you're gonna wanna keep it kind of flowing on top and keep it comfortable. Don't do anything that is tight around the arms if you have kind of, heavier arms, or anything that's tight around the tummy or tight around the boobs. Just keep it nice and flowing, and then stop that length of your top at about the hip bones, and then go ahead and show off those legs. A lot of people who are apple shaped, they can wear nice short mini skirts, and I know a lot of apple shapes that have gorgeous legs. One of our coaches, Coach Andrea, is an apple shape, and she has gorgeous legs. And if I were her, I'd be wearing a mini skirt all the time. So those of you who are apples that have those real nice shapely legs that are just thin through your hips and legs, man, show it off. Wear those short skirts, wear those tight jeans, wear those leather pants, do it, because they look great on you. Just keep that top a little more loose and flowing. Before I move on with this video, I want to hear from you. What body shape are you? Are you a pear, an apple, a ruler, or an hourglass like me? Comment below, tell me what you are. I'd love to hear what you think about this video. The next shape we have is a ruler shape. I don't have a ruler here to show you, but come on, everybody knows what a ruler is, straight up and down. It's pretty much like the hips, the shoulders, and the butt are all really the same width. It's just like that. A lot of runway models, I used to train a lot of runway models when I lived in New York City, and they are shaped like this. A lot of runway, models, those companies that hire them, they don't want a shapely model. Don't get me started on that, but whatever. And that's what they are shaped. They're very the same through the shoulders, the waist, the hips, all the way down. The waist is the most narrow part of their body, but it's pretty much the same all the way down. When the ruler gains weight, it's generally evenly distributed throughout their bodies. As far as dressing for a ruler, there's no way to go wrong here because there's really nothing you need to hide or accentuate. But just pick the smallest part of your body. If you have particularly nice shoulders, nice arms, maybe you want to go with a halter top. If you have particularly nice legs, then maybe you want to do a mini skirt or show off those legs. Everybody's kind of different, but you really can't go wrong with a ruler. All right, yes, we have the hourglass shape. Yep, guys, that's me. I'm an hourglass shape. I'm kind of like va-voom, right? Like just got the boobs, and then the shape, the waist that tapers in, then I got my grandma's hips. Thank you, grandma. So what we have with an hourglass is exactly, and again, I don't have an hourglass here to show you, but it's exactly as it sounds. You've got someone who's got broad shoulders, or at least pretty big boobs or pretty nice boobs, and then their waist really tapers in, and even more so than myself is my sister Carrie. She's got quite a voluptuous hourglass shape. She's just got she'll say she's got the big booty Judy. She's got a big booty Judy, and she's got this tiny waist. I mean, I can't, she's got a smaller waist than me. It's really small. All right, so with an hourglass, the shoulders and the hips are about the same with that teeny tiny waist that tapers in. This is what society views as the most desirable, but I don't want you to get too hung up on that. That's just what, it's just that real, like Marilyn Monroe, kind of exaggerated curves kind of look. And so the hourglass shape usually gains weight on the lower body first, but they gain weight a little bit equal, lower body, upper body. But the hourglass shape rarely gains weight in their waist. And that's what's really great. Like you can notice me, it doesn't seem to matter what my weight is. I always have 6-pack abs. But my booty will get bigger and bigger and bigger as if I get out of control with my diet. But I can always, you know, flex and take off my top and flex in them, and you can see six-pack abs all the way down. It's crazy. That's just not where I gain my weight. As far as dressing for an hourglass, it's pretty easy. You just want to nip in the waist. A lot of hourglass people like me do really well with a wrap dress. A wrap dress is exactly as it sounds. You put your arms in and then it comes around and it ties at the waist. A wrap dress is great because hourglass people, they fluctuate quite a bit in weight. And so you can tie it a little tighter if you're having a good month and you're staying close to your diet and you need to cinch it in a little bit, or if you're PMS or something and you need to let it out, you can do that with the tie on the side of the dress. It's really very easy to dress for an hourglass. Sometimes jeans can be a little harder for us big booty Judy girls, you know, we just need, but they do have companies out there that make jeans that are kind of your apple bottom, you know, the bigger, more room in the booty and in the hips and then tapers in at the waist. That's the problem with jeans. Finding jeans for women like that are hourglass is if you can get them to fit your hips, then the waist will gap. And so that can be a little bit frustrating. But I always make sure when I'm dressing for my hourglass to leave plenty of room in my hips and in my bottom and then taper in that waist. That is really important. I might wear an Pear, or I might wear, you know, a natural waist, whatever one. I'll taper it in, or I'll put a nice wide belt. That way your eye is gonna go right to that, and maybe you'll ignore my grandma size hips. What doesn't flatter the hourglass is probably going to be a lot of bottom, like a lot of real tight on the bottoms, you know, like, you know, just be careful when you're doing a lot of leggings and stuff, you know, because your eye is going to go there. And so I don't wear too tight of bottoms when I'm dressing my hourglass figure. Again, I nip in that waist. I leave the bottoms a little bit looser. I also have great shoulders and great arms, so I'm going to show those off as much as I can. But I do keep that bottom a little bit loose, and that way maybe I don't feel as self-conscious. Working with your body type instead of against it can be done regardless of your actual size. But it's a lot easier to do at a healthy weight, because you can see your shape and it's easier to find clothes that fit. If you need help getting to a healthy weight, well, check out my 30-day challenge, the 10poundtakedown.com. I linked it up below, where you can lose at least 10 pounds in 30 days without shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise. Yeah, it's real food, water, and sleep, and you can get things under control pretty easily. I linked it up below. Check out that challenge, and I'll see you on the next video. I'll explain why working with your body type makes it appear, no. A lot of people who are apple-shaped.
So like
Next
mini
time.
kilt for me?
Say that again.
Is it mini kilt then?
Yeah, right. Right. Oh, what they want to wear. As far as dressing, I always be sure that I leave plenty of hip rooms and. That's funny.